Hi guys, welcome back to Lori's Crochet Corner. I'm glad you're here today. I'm going to do a tutorial on how to make a dishcloth for you. It's a very easy, simple project. Hopefully it will be for you guys. Any of you that have been following the tutorials have gotten through the chain and the single crochet. So today we're going to move on to the half double crochet. Okay, that's required in this dishcloth. So, and we're going to be starting out with our red heart, of course, Super Saver yarn. It is 100% acrylic, 4-ply. Wonderful for this project because it's going to make this dishcloth really nice and strong. And also the colors don't run when you wash them. So it's perfect for this project. Almost any project that I do, I think the red heart Super Saver is perfect. So I'm going to move this aside because I'm not actually starting out with this color. I'm starting out with the blue because I did get started on a couple things, so that way I can get through this tutorial with you sort of quick. Someone asked me to do it in the raw rather than to edit, so that's what I'm doing. I may do one more after today in the raw, and then after that I will be editing. Because I will be doing more bigger and harder things, I think. So what you're going to do to start, you're going to wrap that yarn around and do your slip knot like I showed you. Pull it up. Okay. Put your hook in there. And then you're going to chain to 25. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boy, it's a good thing I can count, huh? Okay. Now the only things that we're going to need for this dishcloth is scissors, okay? I failed to show you that. And I'm using a size H crochet hook. This size is perfect for this project. It comes out a real nice size for me, and you know, it will for you too. So size H crochet hook. You're not really going to need, well, you're going to need a needle at the end to tie off, but in the beginning you won't have to tie off because we're going to work our stragglers into our work, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to single crochet all the way across your 25 stitches. So you're going to start in the second chain from the hook and grab your yarn, pull it up, and grab it again and go through 2. Go in the next, grab your yarn, pull it up. You have 2 loops on your hook. Grab your yarn again and pull it through the 2 loops. And that is your single crochet. I'm hoping that everybody remembers how to do that. I know that I was so happy that someone made one of my hats, used my tutorial, and also got a message that someone has already used my other tutorial and made booties. So I'm really excited about that. I was, you know, because I'm not really set up properly to be doing tutorials yet. I still need Jen to help me with my camera to get it set up so you guys can see what I'm doing with my hands the proper way. And I'm hoping I have my phone sitting correctly so you don't see everything upside down. So if in any case, if you're right-handed, you will be crocheting from the right to the left. If you're left-handed, you will be crocheting from the left to the right. We're going to try to get my tripod out and see if we can work it out so we can set that up and get just my hands in the picture and do it. It's kind of, I can't really do it myself. It's kind of a difficult thing. So, but we'll get it worked out. But I know that the tutorials are working because I've already gotten comments on and seen pictures on items that people have made from my tutorials, which is totally awesome. So I was so excited about that. I never thought I'd see the day I'd be sitting here doing tutorials. So I wish I'd have started when I was much younger, but oh well, what are you going to do? So we're almost all the way across with our 25 single crochets. Try to keep your stitch not super tight, but you're going to want to kind of have it just a little bit on the tighter side. You want your dishcloth to be strong. So if you do real loose, it's going to look wholly, you know, like it has holes in it, and it won't be real strong. So here we go into our last stitch with our single crochets. And pull that up. You're going to chain one, turn your work, and okay, now there's your first row. That's your single crochet, your first row single crochet. And I think what you might want to do with this pattern is write down first row, number 1 is single crochet, number 2 is half double crochet, and then number 3 is single crochet. So every other row you're going to be doing different. So we did our single crochet, and just until you get used to it, you may want to do that. So you're going to put your yarn, or grab your yarn around your hook, okay, for your half double. And this very first stitch here, you want to go in that stitch. Make sure you go in that very first one. And grab your yarn and pull it through one loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Now you're going to pull it through all 3 loops, okay? And that is a half double crochet. Oh, I hope you guys can see that. Okay, so you grab your yarn, wrap it around your hook, go into the next stitch, pull up your yarn, grab it, go through one loop, grab it again, and go through the last 3 loops. And unfortunately, I'm using a hook that I don't care for. It gets caught on my yarn. Excuse me. It's real sharp on the edge. So watch when you buy your hooks. This one, unfortunately, they do package most of them. This one's real sharp and it gets caught on my yarn. I lost my good one. I don't know, have any idea what I did with it. I hope I find it. So wrap it around your yarn, go into your stitch, pull up the yarn, pull your yarn through the first loop, and then pull it through all 3. So if you tell yourself, you know, yarn over in the stitch, pull up, grab the yarn, go through 1, grab the yarn, go through 3. So you just got to remember 1 and 3, and you'll get it. So grab your yarn, pull it up. You're starting out with 3 loops on your hook. Grab your yarn, pull it through 1 loop, grab it and pull it through the last 3. And of course, my hook keeps getting caught. That's one of the unfortunate things about crochet. If you don't, you know, sometimes you just do not end up with the nicest hooks. I think this is one from when I first started out crocheting. I didn't know any better. But I just am not one to throw things away like this. And that's why I told some of my online YouTube friends that if you need hooks to let me know, because I really don't want to send you nasty hooks though either. But if it comes down to where you really need one just to practice with, that's a different story. Here is the half double crochets. Okay, not too bad. So I'm going to try and get across here so I can move on and show you the next step. These washcloths are so very nice. My grandmother used to make them. When we were growing up, our house was full of these. And it's all we used. And, you know, we didn't have back then sponges and all that stuff. So we used the dishcloths that Grandma made for us, and they were awesome. And they would last forever. I mean, they just last forever. And they're an excellent gift, you know, if you want to make some for somebody. I take 2 or 3 and I wrap them or I fold them all up, and then I take a piece of ribbon and I wrap around them, and they look really cute. And for those of you that saw my towel toppers that I did, plus I did the tutorial on the towel topper, these would be a perfect addition to the towel toppers if you want to send a set to someone. So it's something to keep in mind. Holidays are coming up. I know you don't want to hear it. I don't either, but they are coming up, and before you know it, they're going to be here. So I always start early. It's like Christmas in July for me. Every year, my, whatever shopping I'm doing is done. And whatever and then I'm crocheting stuff because a lot of my things that I make, I give out as gifts. So, and it's real nice when you can make up a box of cookies or something and take them some dishcloths wrapped in some ribbon and they'd be happy. There's nothing better than giving handmade stuff to people. They love it and they appreciate it. So I really enjoy giving the stuff away. How I wish I didn't have to sell right now, but I have no choice. So I love just seeing the looks on people's faces when you give them something and how much appreciation they have for it. So, and they say there's not a whole lot of people out there that crochet anymore, but I beg to differ because I found out since I got on YouTube, there's thousands of people out there crocheting. So, in fact, a lot of them are my friends. So it's really amazing what you learn when you're online. Okay, so we made it all the way across with our half double crochet. You want to make sure you get in that last stitch. Do not miss that stitch. It's imperative that you do not miss the end stitches, because what's going to happen if you do is your dishcloth is going to start going into a diamond shape, and then it's not going to be a dishcloth anymore. So you want to make sure you don't miss any stitches, and you don't really have to count them. Just make sure you do not miss the end stitches. If they're, that's just plain and simple. So now you're going to chain one and you're going to turn your work, and you're going to go into this very first stitch again right here, and you're going to single crochet. Okay, and then you're going to single crochet all the way across the 25 stitches to the end. And then after this row, what you will do is you will continue back again with your half double. So you may want to have your pen and paper handy so you can keep track of, what's what. You start out with single crochet, and then you do half double, and then a single crochet. You want to maybe keep track, because sometimes it's hard to tell what you finished off on. If you're not used to what you're doing with crochet, all the stitches can really look the same sometimes, even to me. So I do a lot of keeping track of my crochet when I make things, because I sure don't want to rip it out and start over. And I've actually done that in front of you guys before. So you kind of want to keep track, and you don't have to count the rows, and I will show you why when we get towards the end of the tutorial. That's what's so nice about this. You don't have to count your rows. You can tie in your ends. All you really need is your scissors and your hook, and you do need a needle for the very last row, actually, no, you don't need a needle. I am sorry about that. No, because when you do your last row, that's when you're going to add a new color, and you're going to do your edging. So both ends of the stragglers are going to be worked right into your project, and nobody will even know the difference. So, okay. So we got all the way in this last stitch. I always make it tight so it's hard to get in. But I got all the way across. So there's one row of single crochet, one row of half double crochet, and one row of single crochet. All right, guys? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this down and finish that one later, because that is a color that I'm going to use. Now, here's where the brown came in. I started this one. That's what you got to do whenever you're doing this. When you're not editing, you have to have everything prepared. So that's what I did. Okay, so I made this dishcloth to come out pretty good size. And if you fold it over, you can tell if it's done or not, because the ends are going to meet on your edges. See that? See how the edges meet? They meet over here. That's how you know it's done. So if they go over, say it looks like this, or it goes over, then you need probably another row or two. So you want to make sure that your ends of your rows are matching up pretty much, okay? And that's how you know it's done, and that's what makes it so nice, because you don't have to count them. So it's perfect for it. So now what we're going to do, I didn't knot it. My bad. I just took out a stitch. I can fix that real quick. Okay. So here's my last stitch on this dishcloth, okay? And I want to make my edging brown. So what I'm going to do is just drop that little straggler, grab my brown, and wrap it around my hook, like so. Pull it through that hole, that stitch that was on your hook, and then you're going to single crochet just one, and that's going to hold it in place, okay? And then you could just pull your threads to tighten it back up after you get it done, you know, because it's going to be real loose until you get that stitch in there and get that single crochet done. So now you have your new color added, and here's your stragglers, okay? You're going to hold them up against your dishcloth, and as you go in to do your stitches, you're going to just single crochet right over them, and you won't even know they're there. So that's really nice, and you don't have to tie off. So now I'm going down the side of the dishcloth, and these are your rows, your single crochet and your half double crochet rows. You're going to want to go in between there, wherever there's a space, and put a single crochet, okay, for your edging. So anywhere you see an open space, you're going to want a single crochet. And don't panic if your other color gets hung up in your edging color, because you just pull it, give it a little tug, and it goes right away. So you want to probably do like maybe 8 to 10 stitches holding the straggler in. That way you're going to be sure that the dishcloth is not going to fall apart. But every opening that you see, just don't go for the super small openings. Say you happen to see a little one and try to force it through there. That's not a stitch. But this is how the edging looks. If you just single crochet. I hope you guys are seeing this okay. I'm not sure if I have my camera right. If not, it's back to the drawing board again. So this is going to be really pretty. Even with the brown colors, I'm at a loss as to what colors to really use for kitchens. You know, everybody's got different color kitchens. But I'm going to cut this off now. So when you do, cut your stragglers off. Give them a little tug, make sure they're tight, and then give a little tug to the other end of your dishcloth. And that way, they're not going to pull out, because they're in there just nice, and they're not going to pull out whenever you stretch the washcloth. Okay, so that's the hard part of that. That's all there is to that. And then just keep single crocheting. Now see, I see a little tiny hole here, which is actually big enough for a stitch. So if I put one in there, I want to make sure it's about the same distance as the others, which it pretty much is. So I didn't have that all the way down. That just happened to be, well, there's another one. That's the single crochet row where I can see them. So if you can get them in the single crochet row, do that too. One in your half double crochet row, one in your single crochet row. And then when you get to your corner, you are going to put 3 single crochet in your corners, okay? Always make sure you put 3, because that's going to round it off for you. So this is my third one here. And as you can see, hopefully, it's rounding off my corner. So you're not going to have a square, you know what I mean? So it's rounding it off, making it look finished, and which is real nice, gives it a nice neat look. And I'm all for having a real nice neat look when it comes to crochet. I'm very picky, and that's usually why I do a tighter stitch also, because it makes the work look so much neater. So your single crochet, just go into the stitch, grab your yarn and pull it up. You have the 2 loops on your hook, grab your yarn and pull it through the 2 loops, just in case any of you don't remember. Put it through the stitch, pull it up, 2 loops on your hook and pull it through. Okay, so that's as far as I'm going to go with this one. So you can see how it's coming. Very nice. Like I said, you don't have to use a darker color for your edge if you don't want to. You can use the same color. It's totally up to you what you want to do with your edge. I just choose to use darker because it just gives it a nice look. So I'm happy with it that way. So that's how you do the edging. And then here is our finished product. I did get, I think, 1 extra stitch in this one corner. I don't know. However, it came out very nice. Very nice. Good size dishcloth. I don't know if I'm going to sell it or what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm thinking about selling it with my towel topper that I made last week. I showed on Lori's Crochet Corner with the deer on it, or the buck. I think it was a buck. But it had these 2 colors of brown in it, the towel did. And so I used this darker yarn for the topper. And I just thought that this would really make a really pretty set. So all we do is we fold her up. I really like these. They're very nice. And then you take your, I will probably put the blue in the middle. And I should have brought some ribbon out so I could show you how nice it looks. I have done this before, given these to people. They love them. They're always asking me to make them for them all the time. So, and just put the lighter one in the center or the blue one in the center. It doesn't really matter. And just put a nice little ribbon around it. Put, tie it into a bow. And there's a really perfect gift with it, with a towel topper or even without it. 3 washcloths are really nice. The dishcloths in stores now are so expensive that it's unbelievable how much they want for these things now. Even like the towels. For my towel topper, I mean, the dish towels are cheap. You can get cheap ones. But I like the good ones. I like ones that are going to last and they're going to wash up nice. If you buy these 88-cent Walmart towels, you wash them once and they're no good. They shrink up and they wrinkle and they're just terrible looking. So I always, get the better. And these washcloths will make a perfect match for those, especially for that one. And then I think I made the one with the owls, so even the blue dishcloth that I'm making will match that. So I can make an extra washcloth for that set. So these are really awesome for gifts, guys. Keep it in mind. It's so quick and easy. It usually takes me about a half an hour to make one. So it's a fun project. You can get through it real quick. If you're making 2 or 3, it takes an hour and a half. So not too much time out of your day. And next week I'll have another tutorial for you. I have an awesome project for you. Not decided whether I'm going to do it raw. I may do it and then edit it. I'm not sure yet. But we'll see, because it's one that's it's not so huge that I can probably do it right through the video, do it quickly. So it's small enough. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's small enough. So I'm trying to think of smaller, easier things to get you guys started on that you can understand. I don't want to get you into all these new fancy stitches that are going to take you a while to learn. They really are. So I figure if we started right from the chain to the single crochet to the half double crochet. And I think the next project also might be a half double crochet. So we can get a little practice with that. And then maybe we'll move on to something with a double crochet. And that's quite a start. So anyways, this is my tutorial for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I wish you a lot of luck. I hope you have fun making these. And please give me a big thumbs up, guys. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And thank you to all my subscribers. And thank you for watching. You guys have a wonderful day. I love yous. Mwah. Bye, guys.